This conference will now be recorded.
Right now,
Hi. Hi all.
how
Welcome to the session. Good morning. So see here, I think we have discussed on the table of contents, and then I think I went on mute. Might be just I don't know how it went, but it went on mute. Okay. Now we were discussing on the table of contents, and then we have created a whole lot of things. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to go for the next one. Let's see, because previously we have discussed on the timer, the progress bar, and then the Power BI controls. We have seen how to integrate the Power BI into Dynamics 365. Okay, now let's begin the next one. I don't want to change anything for the static text control. And here in this tab page, I will change the information. Okay, and first of all, let me go and call this tab page as a list panel. Okay, I'm calling this tab page as a list panel. I will delete all these controls here, delete, and then I will, this is a Power BI control. I will remove this. I will call this as list panel. So what is the list panel? What is the list panel? See here, sometimes we will have a requirement, a different kind of requirement, I can say. And in the requirement, the customer will expect two boxes. Okay, two boxes. And then he wants to move data from here and there. Okay, based on the requirement, he wants to move the data from here and there. Okay, in that case we are going to work with the list panel. Okay, we are going to work with the list panel. For example, if you ask me, can you show me an example? Okay, let me show you. If I go to system administration, and then here you can see there should be something called batch group. Can you see that? Batch group. Okay, this batch group contains what I said. Okay, if I go to batch servers here, you can see these are the two list boxes, and there are how many arrows? There are two arrows here. You can move here and there. Can you see this? This is how it works. Okay, this is how it works, and we are going to have in this fashion. Okay, we are going to have in this fashion. Okay, and then you can simply save this. Done. So how to create that? To create that, there are multiple ways. Yeah, if you go to the information of that one, that is created using the code. Okay, I want you to try that using the code. I will tell you how to create it from the user interface. Let me remove the pattern here and right click on the apply pattern. You can see there is a list panel. Let me select this list panel. Done. Once I select the list panel, I got something here in the pattern. It is expecting a custom filter group, which is optional. It is expecting a list panel group. Let me create a new group control here. Right click on the new button, and then select a group. And this group control, I want to call it as list panel group. Okay, you can give some good name based on the requirement that you have. And this list panel again contains, this group contains again three groups. So first of all, as I said, don't add one group and start working. Add all the three groups and then you start working on it. Otherwise, there will be the pattern might take anything. You can see the first one I have added as taken as the last one. Okay, so which is why I suggest to add all the three groups. Now you can see it will change again. Okay, so this is how it works. Now if you add the third group, it will become the group control 4 will become available panel. Group control 4 will become available panel. Can you see this? This is how it goes. Okay, so which is why I suggest to add all the controls at once and then start working on them. Now this group is the available panel. So I don't want to change any name here. I will to call it as available panel. Okay, so that you will know where exactly it is located. Okay, I am calling this panel as the available panel. And let me give some good name. Let me call it as available panel here as well. Okay, and then this is called actions panel. This will have buttons. Let me call it as actions panel. This will simply have some buttons. Okay, or instead of calling panel, I will call it as group. Actions panel group. Okay, and this one as well, available panel group. Okay, this is my available panel group. And the third one is selected panel group. This is selected panel group. Okay, and let me copy and same paste in the caption here. Copy, 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 paste, paste, paste. Done. Okay, I have done. Now the next thing is, if I go to available panel group, it is expecting a list view or a list box or whatever it can be. You can add a list view, you can add a list box, whatever you want to add, you can add it here. That's up to you again. Okay. So let's say if you want to add, what do you want to add? List view or list box? Anything you can add. If you want to add a list view, right click. Both are same. List view and list box, both are same. You can use any one of them. That's up to you. Click on the new button, and then you have a list view and list box control. A list view and then a list box control. You can add them. If you want to add a list box, you can add a list box. If you want to add a list view, you can add a list view. The difference is, if you add a list box, you will have something called item. What is that? You will have something called item. You need to get the items and then you can add it. If you use a list view, it's same again. You will have the same item here as well. Okay, I have added list view and then I will call this as available list view. Okay, I am calling this as available list view. Now this is good, and this is a selected panel group. Here I will right click on the new button, and this I will call it as selected list view. Okay, I will call this as selected list view. Done. I have added this two. Now in this action pen again panel group, it is expecting at least two buttons: add action, remove action, two buttons. So you can do this. Okay, you can click on the new button and then you can add a button. Okay, and then add one more button here. Click on the new and then button. So this will be add action. Call this as add action. Okay, and I will set auto declaration to yes. I want to write the code. I need to get the data. Nah? I will set auto declaration to yes. Here I want to use this button in the code, and this is remove button. Okay, remove button. Okay, and here as well, this as well I want to use in the code, so I will set it to yes. Similarly, I want to use this available list view as well in the code. I will set it to yes, auto declaration to. So whatever you want to use in the code, you need to set auto declaration to yes, because they need to get instantiated. This as well I want to use in the code. I will set it to yes, auto declaration to yes. I'm saying that I want to use them in the code now. Done. Now you can see any errors? No, no errors, no errors here as well. And this group as well, there are no errors. This one, list panel, no errors. Okay, now everything is good. Now what you need to do? First of all, we need to add data to the list view. Okay, how to add it? To add the data to the list view, we are going to use methods. To populate the data in the list view, we need to use the methods. This is where form methods will come into picture. When you are writing the code, and if you want to perform some action, we need to use something called form methods. And these form methods are divided into, again, the system defined methods, the user defined methods. So whatever you see here, the override, all these are called system defined methods. What do we call them? We will call them as system defined methods. In the form, the first method that will get triggered is called init. What is the method name? Init. So what happens in the init? In the init method, the form initialization will be done. What happens in the init method? In the init method of the form initialization will be done. And after initialization, if you want to run any business logic, there is a method called run. What is the method name? The method name is run. All the business logic will run in this run method. In this run method. So whatever we need to do is, if you want to add the data in the form controls, add it in the run method. So here I will select ICI customers, customers, and then I will say customers, and then while select customers, and in this what you can do, what you can do, while select customers, I have available list view dot, we will have a method called add. Okay, if you want to give the column names, you can give the column name here. Okay, if you have multiple columns, then you can use it. Otherwise, you can simply say add, and then here you can add the text. So I will give customers dot name. Okay, I am adding customers dot name. So what will happen with this? After adding this, the name will get added. Now let's say you want to add the colon as well. Okay, so here we need to initialize the form control. Here we are executing the business logic. I need to initialize the control with a new colon. How to do that? I need to do that in the init method. I need to say available list view dot, we have a method called, what is the method name? Add colon. And what is the colon? The ID would be at the first place. I need the colon, and then it is expecting a form list colon. So what I need to do? I need to say new form list. Is it there? Yeah, the form list colon, and then it is expecting the name of the colon. The name of the colon would be name of the customer, name of the customer, and what is the column number? Is 1. What is the width? The width I will set it to some 300 or 200, whatever it can be here. That's up to you. Okay, depending upon the size, you need to set it up. I am setting up 250. That will be enough. Let's say, for example. Okay, done. Similarly, what you need to do? If you want to initialize the column in a selected list panel as well, you can take this, copy, or you can copy everything. Copy, and then you can paste it. You can call this as selected list view. Done. If you want to initialize the selected list view as well with one colon, you can do that. And here I think I am missing the bracket. Done. Okay. Now what we have done? We have added the items. So after adding the items, now we have some names in this. Okay. Now we have some names in this. So once you have the names, what do you need to do? What we need to do here? Shall we keep them as is? Or shall we read the items? What do you want to do?
Provide the write the code on button, so on pressing button the uh, name would be set to selected list view.
Exactly. Where exactly we need to do that? To do that, we need to go to table of contents back again. And in this form control, I have an action pane, add button, methods, override. In the clicked method of the add button, you can do that. In the clicked method of the add button, you can do that. What we need to do? We need to write the code, fetch the data, and then add it over there. So how to do that? So to do that, I'm taking a variable called item idx, and then I will take one more variable. I will call it as form list item. Yeah, form list item, and I will call it as item. Done. Now what I need to do? I need to get the data. How to get the data? I can say item index equal to left list view. Oh, sorry, is available list view dot, what is the name? Available list view dot, what is the name? It's get item. Okay, and here if you use the get item, what it will do? It will get the item. If you use the get item position, what it will do? It will get item position. Okay, now see here. Here you are getting the position. Here you are getting the get item, but this is deprecated, so don't use it. Only use get item. And it is expecting the index, and it is returning the final public. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Something is going wrong here. Get item. I'm getting item index. Oh, sorry, yaar. It's not get item index. It should be get next item. Okay, it should be get next item because I'm getting the index. This is returning it. Okay, and then I need to use form list. What is the enum name? Form list next. And if you use colon colon, let's say if you want to get all the records, you can get all the records. If you want to get the below record, you can get the below. If you want to get the selected records, you need to use selected. You need to use selected. Here we got the item index. Now, if there are no elements, I'm going to get the item index as -1. So what I need to do is I need to check while item index is not equal to -1. Okay, if item index is not equal to -1, then I have the form list item. Now I can take item equal to available list view dot, what is the name? Get item. Here we need to use get item because here we are getting form list item. Okay, and what is the index? The index is the item idx. Okay, now I got the item here. Now I got the item here. Now you want to add it to the selected list view, so you can use selected list view dot add item. Previously we have used add. Okay, here I am using add item, and then you can say item. Done. What is the next step? What is the next step? The next step would be again get the item index, and then paste it over here. Done. Item index equal to this one. Now what will happen? I will select the item and I will click the add button. It will come back to here. Okay. Now let's see whether it is coming back or not. So we will see what happens with this code. Okay, we have added all these things now. Add button, remove button, everything is good. Now one thing that I will do is I'll go to properties. You should have something called multi-select. Check that. Show select always single selection. Okay, I will set single selection to no. Okay, and then yeah, that's it. I have set single selection to no. That means it should come up, and if you want to have the grid lines, you can set grid lines to yes. Okay, and here as well I have the single selection. I will set it to no. Okay, let me save and check. I don't remember that property name, but let me check. Let me do a rebuild and we will see how it works. Okay, it says build got completed successfully. Now let me open the dashboard and we will see that. Come on. I want to check where we are. Just a second. Let me open this. Okay. Now you know about menu items, menus, and labels, label files, and Power BI reports. I will show you one more report anyways. And here you know design patterns, the form controls, forms.
Tomorrow I need this word.
What?
I need this word.
This word already I have sent you.
Okay.
And system, oh, 1 second. I need to go to bank management system and then table of contents. Okay. Now if I go to list panel, I should see the same thing here. You can see multi-select is enabled. Select. It's waiting. Let's see what it does. Just a second. It should not take this much time unless and until this goes into an infinite loop. Oh, it's taking very long time. Yeah, let's wait for a second and then we will debug the form. Okay, because this should not go this much amount of time. It should be very fast. It's not from the database also. That's why I'm checking. Oh, really? This is looks weird. Okay, 1 second. Let me check. Okay, because that should not go this much time. I'm not getting why it is going. Let me check. Okay, I will set the table of contents as the startup object, and to debug the forms, this is the way. Run. If you run, the form will get opened on the Internet Explorer, and you can debug it. Okay, as simple as this. It's very simple to debug the forms. And if you want to debug the standard form, then you need to attach a process called w3wp.exe in case of local VM, iisexpress.exe in case of Azure VM, and you will be able to debug. Please remember this. And you can open the form, you can view the code, and you can add a breakpoint. Done. You would be able to debug like that as well. That is the second way. There are two ways. Which way you want to follow, that's up to you. We have the issue in here itself, add action. I will go to list panel, select one record. Next, it has hit the debug breakpoint. Press F10. It will go to the next line, and we will see. We will debug and we will see. Item index is not equal to -1. Okay, it got the it has added to the next one. Press F10. It came inside back again. Why? Item index equal to 0. Oh, this is the problem here. Can you see this? Item index equal to 0. It's not -1. Okay, when it is getting selected next, na. Actually, what I have done, I have set item index equal to -1. But unfortunately, what it has done, it has taken 0. Okay, here there are two ways to work it out. Okay, if you want to work in this fashion, there are two ways. One way is in this next item. Let me check what it is expecting the arguments. 1 second. I want to see what are the arguments. Okay, start index it is expecting. Okay, so here what you can do is get next item from where? From the index. From which index? From the index it has previously picked from. So if you do this, then it will always go and check. It will do -1 and then it will assign. At that time it will become -1. The second way is you can set not equal to 0. That's one more way. That's up to you. Okay. Now let me open. Let me build and then let me run the form and check. Okay, whether it works or not. These are the small things which we will miss when we are working with the code. What you can do is you can simply troubleshoot and then you can do that. Okay. If I press plus now, it will go to that Microsoft link and it will not get back, which is why I'm opening Internet Explorer back again. Actually, in the options, you need to set it up to open the blank page. There is one more option that you can do, but anyways, it will work. So how is your practice? Are you practicing daily or
Yeah.
just you're listening? Okay. Because if you practice, you'll learn a lot, frankly speaking. Okay. So now let me come back to this one. And bank management system, table of contents. And your list panel. Now let me select one record. Next. Done. This is how it works. Okay. But actually, if you see one thing, it has moved to this one, but it is not deleted here. How to delete that? How to delete that? In the code, what we need to do? Selected list view dot add item, and along with this, you need to use available list view dot. I don't remember whether it is delete or remove. Let me check. It's delete with IDX, and let me check if there is anything with remove. There is no remove. Means you need to delete in the bracket. You need to provide item IDX. So what will happen? Now it will delete. Done. Now similarly, let's say you need to write the action for removing from the selected. What do you need to do? What do you need to do here? Now you need to do the back way, because now what we have
Reverse.
done? Exactly. Whatever you need to do is you need to write action for this button. Currently there is no action. You need to click on this button. If you click on this button, it should go to the clicked method. In the clicked method, you need to traverse through the selected panel and not the available panel. And then delete from selected panel, add it to the available panel. Okay? I want you to try that. Or do you want me to show that? Will you try or do you want me to show?
Yeah. Yeah, we will try. It's just reverse code, right?
Exactly. The
Okay.
same piece of code you need to copy and paste. It is going to work. And you need to change available list view to selected list view. Okay? Please try that and let me know if you are not able to do that. I will tell you how to do that. Okay? No worries. Next. This is about the list panel. Okay? And similarly, there is one more thing called table, and frankly speaking, I never used the table at all. And except the tutorial, I have not found it. Click on the new tab page, and then let me copy one control here. 1 second. I will take this group, copy, and paste it over here. Come on. Paste. Done. The next step is add a tab. Oh, let me do one thing. Let me copy that as well instead of adding. Okay. This tab page, actually, you can go to properties and you can set some caption. Okay, this one we called as list panel. This one you can call it as some leftover controls. Okay. And then in this tab, let me delete and check if there are anything left for us. Tab page, group control 1. 1 second. I want you to try few of the panels here and few of the things from your end. Okay. Remove and then right click on the apply pattern. You can try toolbar and fields. Already I told you. Toolbar and list means you can add a list bar with action pane. Okay. Toolbar and list means you can add a list panel with action pane. I'm taking the custom. Toolbar and fields means fields with action pane. List panel means list panel. If you want to add one more form, nested, simple listed details, you can do that. So all those are you can try. Those are not the biggest ones. New. Let me check. Let's check. Okay, tab, table, tile button, timer, and what are the important controls? See here, report PDF viewer. If you want to show the SSRS report, the PDF directly on your screen, then you can do that by embedding the report PDF viewer and then giving it the report. It's the report viewer control, similar to that of a AX 2012 report. Okay, that is one thing. And one thing I'm checking is credit card combo box external feed. If you want to have the RSS feed, okay. If you want to have the RSS feed, some external feed, then you can use this external feed. Okay. But that one as well is very rarely used because none of the customer is going to ask you for the RSS feed or something like that. Okay. Because the people don't want to watch news on AX. Okay. The requirement is different. If you have any customer who has the RSS feed and he wants to see that RSS feed on Dynamics AX, then only you are going to work with that. Okay. And then HTML viewer control. This is one more interesting control. Okay. Now, what is the purpose of this HTML viewer control? Let me show you. Where is this? Auto declaration. If you want to write code for this HTML control, you can set auto declaration to yes. If you have the static content, then you can directly add it in the HTML. Okay. Let's see that how it is going to work. Sorry. Now let's see this. Let me go to the Chrome. Okay. And then let me search for some HTML examples. I will get some W3 WC or whatever it can be, W3 schools. You can take any one of the example here. A simple example. Okay. So this is saying my first heading. Okay. I will say HTML control. And here testing HTML control. Okay. This is what I'm saying. And let's say you want to add a link. To add a link, there is some ahref here. 1 second, let me check. HTML links. And this is how you will give the link. Okay. Now let's say you want to open the customer's page, for example, because sometimes people will say, I want to open the customer's page by using a hyperlink. Okay. This is also one of the requirement that we got. Okay. If you want to do that, nah, what you can do is you can simply navigate here and then let me open the customers list page, the details master, and this customers, you can simply copy this and paste it over here, and then you can call it as customers link. Okay. Actually, this one no one will work, but as it is there, I'm showing you. Okay. Because sometimes there will be people who will screwing the things like this. Okay. Sometimes few of the customers will ask these things. So let me take it, copy, and you can simply go to the control, the HTML where it is. Here, this is the one in the HTML, paste it over there, done. Now, if you want to do this programmatically, what you need to do? You need to create the HTML control like this, HTML viewer control dot set HTML, done. Or set text. There will be one of the function, either set text or set HTML, and you can set it up. Let's see whether it works or not. Okay. Now let me go to USN again, back to back. Next. Okay. Now see here. Let me go to bank management system, table of contents. Leftover controls, HTML control, we got it. Click on the customers link. It will open the customers page. Okay, this is how we are going to use the HTML control. There are many ways with which we can work. Okay, and that's all up to you. You can do whatever you want. Okay, because there are a lot of possibilities in Dynamics 365. Okay, and this is all about the form controls here. This is all about the form controls.
There was
And
one more dimension entry control. What was that?
dimension entry control is used for financial stuff. Okay, because that is used very rarely, and whatever the dimensions already we have are more than enough. It is used for financial, and if you want to create a, suppose for example, if you go to the accounting, okay, in the accounting, how it will be means it will be in a different fashion. Let me show you 1 second. Because if they are if you see the accounting book na, we will call it as a ledger book. Okay, for example, if you took something, they are going to mention in a separate fashion. For example, let's say you have spent amount for a tea. Okay, you have spent amount for a tea. What they will do, they will have an account 1, and here they will add one more account called miscellaneous, and then they will add food like this. Okay, each entry will
Okay.
become a dimension here. Okay, so if you want to have this kind of system on your screen, then you are going to work with the dimension entry control, and that's used for financial dimensions. And there are around 32 dimensions in AX 2012, as I remember. And coming to Dynamics 365, it will somewhat 250 or something like that. I don't remember exactly. So as there are already everything ready now, which is why we will not create that controls. That is a very rare scenario. Unless and until you are working with a ISV who is updating the finance stuff, you will use that. Okay, only in that particular scenario you are going to use that, because in all the other scenarios, whatever the financial dimensions that we have, that will be sufficient in Dynamics 365. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Next, it's okay. We have more 20 minutes. Let's see. It might be enough. Okay. We will see the last pattern. Okay. One more pattern I want to show you. Let me go to the user interfaces form. I will call it as ICI Workspace. Okay. Yep.
How many days should be the class?
Sorry, come again.
How many days should the classes should be till?
Uh, that means still how many days the classes will run?
Yes, yes.
Oh, still we have a lot of topics. Yeah, it might take 10 or 14 days. 14 days, I can say.
Okay.
10 or 14 in that range.
At least I need to follow. That's the reason I will ask you.
Okay, all right. Okay. Okay. Now you can see here. You can right click on the apply pattern and then workspace. Okay, there are 3 workspaces which are in a similar fashion. I am taking the operational one. So what is a workspace? The first question that you will ask is, the workspace is, if I go to the front end and you can see workspaces. If I click on the, let's say, bank management. Okay, already we have the one. Let's see. This seems to be there is some bad job running at the back end in this version here, which is continuously throwing the errors. Okay. Now you can see how it's look like. This is called workspace. And in this workspace, all the details that the customer need, the end user need, he can see at the glance. And we will call this as the tiles. What do we call this? We will call this as the tiles. Okay. And here you can append the screens like this. Okay. How to do this? How to create that? To create this, there are 2 ways. One is the functional way, second one is the technical way. Functional way is very simple. You can go to the front end of the workspace, you can right click and you can start creating it. Okay. But technical way is a bit different. I will show you the technical way. I am not adding the action pane, I am not adding the page filter because the 2 are already I will go with the panorama tab because the workspace will have a view called panoramic view. Okay, a view called panoramic view. So what I will do is I will add a tab here, and then here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to add how many tab pages? I need to add 5 tab pages. This is the minimum. So let me add them. Right click, new tab page, new tab page, new tab page, new tab page, new tab page. Done. I am done with all the 5 tab pages. Okay. Now in each tab page we need to add the data here. Now this is my tab page. First, this is called section summary tiles. I will call it as section summary tiles. Okay, so that you can see the same name at the beginning. And here if I right click, you can see it will show me a sub pattern which is needed for it, section tiles. And 0 to n, we can add the tile button or it's not, but I will add a tile button because I want to show you what is a tile. Okay, right click on the apply pattern. It is expecting a tabbed list, sections tabbed list. It is expecting a tab here. I will set the caption section tabbed list. This is the caption. And here you need to add a tab. Tab. Come on. New, and then you can take a tab here. Done. And to this tab, you can add any number of tab pages. Let me add 1 tab page. Okay. It is expecting a form part control. Okay. It is expecting a form part control. You can click on the new button. And then I think we have one form partner. So I will add that form part here. Where is that form part? This one. And to this form part, you need to attach the menu item. Menu item name is ICI form part. I am adding only this form part here. And if you want to add more form parts, you can add it here. That's up to you again. Please remember, you can add any number of form parts. Okay. I am adding only one of them for the sake of understanding. Okay. Done. Now this is done. We have added one form part. And I think you can also add the caption. Okay. Form part tab page. I can say form part tab page. Done. I have added. Like this, you can add any number of tab pages. Okay. Please remember. And the next thing is the third tab page. This is expecting the charts. Okay. And frankly speaking, this chart you are not going to use at any point because you have Power BI reports and all those things. Then what is the purpose of creating a new chart here by using a chart controls? Okay. And then section Power BI, right click on the apply pattern, section Power BI, and it will expect a Power BI control. You can call this as section Power BI, and then you can add new and then a Power BI control. Okay. Done. This is the last one. It is expecting a related links. Click on the apply pattern, section related links. Here you can add a menu function button or a links group. So what I will do is I will add a group here first of all. new, and then you can add a group control. To this group, you can go to Solution Explorer, and we have few of them. You can simply drag and drop those links here. That is one way. The second way is we have again four more, no drop dialog. HubPath table of contents, you can drag and drop directly to this one. This is the other way around. Okay, you can do this. Oh, it says menu function button and ICI HubPath and table of contents are not matching here because it is not thinking them as the menu function controls. Okay, 1 second. Okay, here it took, whereas this one's it is not expecting me to add like this. What it is doing, it is expecting me to add new, and then it is asking me to add the menu function button here. But actually, this is the one. Okay, 1 second. Let me check. Oh, it is not okay with this. Why? Let me check. Give me a second. Let me delete this. It is expecting menu function button, and it says none. It's not allowing here, unfortunately. Don't know why. Because the menu function button we have added, that is the link. It is not allowing. I will check this. Why it did not allow, and then I will tell you. Okay. Can anyone tell me why it did not allow right away? Instead of me checking, there is one specific reason for that. Okay. Shall I show you? It's very simple. If I add this, this is below the group control. Now it is treating this as the menu function button and this as the menu, this one. Okay. So let me simply try to pull them up. And now let me see whether it is throwing the error or not. Can you see this? This is how it works. So when you are understanding the pattern, you need to understand these things. Okay. Let it be. This is how you need to understand about the patterns. Now we are done with the workspace. Okay. We have not added the tile. So we need to create a tile. How to create a tile? To create a tile, first of all, I want to see one query. 1 second. I want to see whether I have created a query for the customers or not. AOT query. The simple queries address, it's not there. So I will create a simple query to show the customer count. Okay. Click on the new item, and then I will go to data model, and then a query. I will call this as ICI customers. I am calling it as ICI customers. And in this ICI customers, I am going to drag and drop the customers data source to the data source here. Done. And I will set the property dynamic to yes. Okay. I'm not going to add any field list or something. I'm setting directly dynamic to yes. Done. The next step, I will go to add button, and then I will select a new item here. I will call this as what is the name? Tile. User interface. You can see the tile here. That is the last one which is left with user interfaces. Okay. I will call this tile as ICI customer count. Okay. I will call this as ICI customer count. Click on the add button, and to this tile, I will go to properties. In the properties of the tile, you can see the query. I will set the query to ICI customers again here, and you can set the refresh rate. 10 minutes, as fast as permissible. As fast as permissible is not recommended, because whenever there is a data change, it should refresh. So that is going to have a heavy load on the DB. AOS and DB, the calls will get increased, and that would be a problem. So you need to keep to 10 minutes. 10 minutes is the best thing. Okay. And that is a default setting. And then if you come down, you can see here menu item. If this is clicked, what do you want to open? I want to open the customers details master. I can select ICI customers. Okay. That is what is the purpose of menu item. And what is the type? I want to set it to count. I want to get the count of data there. Okay. Tile display. Whether you want to have small, large text and image or background image only. I'm setting it to text and image. I want the text or text only. That will be enough because we are not setting any image. So I will set text only. If you want to set any image, you can do that here by using the resource. But I am setting only text here. Okay. I am setting only text here because you have the image setting as well here. Image location, AOT resource, file, embedded resource. You can use it. URL. If you want to get the image from the URL, you can set the AOT resource and you can set it up. Okay. But that's all up to you. By default, I am not using it. You can set it, but okay. And then I will say the tile should be medium, wide, short, wide, large. That's up to you. Let it be medium. You can do that. Whatever you want, you can change it. Okay. The next step. Again, go back to the workspace, and here in the section tiles, right click on the tile button. It is the tile button, and then to this tile button, go to the properties. you need to see something called tile. You can set ICI. What is the tile name? Customer count here. Tile display. You can set it text only. Done. Save. Or you can keep it auto if you want. That's up to you. Okay. Done. Now we are done with this tile button. The next step is I want to get this on the front end. Okay. I want to get this on the front end. To get this workspace on the front end, first of all, let's create a menu item for this. Click on the add button and then a new item, and let's call it as a display menu item. I will call this as ICI workspace. Done. Go to the properties and set the label bank management workspace. Save and set the object to ICI workspace. Done. Save. I want to add ICI because there is already one bank management. I want to call it as ICI bank management workspace. Okay. And then now go to the solution explorer, right click, click on the add button, new item, and create a tile. And you can call it as ICI workspace tile. Click on the add button and to this workspace tile, go to properties. You have the menu item name here. Set it to ICI workspace. Okay, save. Done. The next step is we need to create an extension of navigation pane menu. In the user interfaces, if you go to menus, you will have something called navigation pane menu. We need to create the extension of navigation pane because all the workspaces will be in navigation pane. Okay. Now go to this navigation pane menu.icici, open, and you can see these are the ones. If you want, you can create a new menu here. Okay, right click, click on the new button, and then you can create a sub menu. Or if you want to add the menu reference, you can add the menu reference or menu element tile. You can add the tile. That's up to you. Okay, and you can go to the properties. I have not added the menu reference. Let's see. If it does not come, then I will add it. Okay, you can do this. And then in the name, you can set it to what is that? ICI workspace. Okay, let me call workspace. Done. And then you need to set up the tile. You can call ICI workspace tile. Visibility, you need to set it to yes. Done. Okay, and now it's done. Let me do a rebuild and then check whether I am getting this workspace on front end or not, and how it's look like, and how to add the Power BI report in it. Let's see that. And tomorrow we will see form methods, and then we will see the extensions based on the time. Okay. And from this week, I want to take session on Saturdays as well. We will continue from Monday to Saturday. Okay. If I'm not taking on Saturday, I will let you know. Okay. Build got completed successfully. Now let me go to the front end and let me run this.
Tomorrow before closing, can you send the word?
What? What do you need? Document?
Oh yes, yes.
This already I have sent you to your mail ID, yeah? Because previously when I have sent mail, I have sent you this document.
No, you don't send it in me.
Okay, no worries. I will send it to you right away. Yeah?
Did you send again?
Yeah, 1 second, I'm sending it.
And about can you review example for change password of user?
I asked you if you can give me the entire requirement. Then only I can tell you, because I need to know how your infrastructure is set up to do that.
Not user setup. I want a user system.
On the user system means you can directly go to user management, computer management, and you can change it. If it is on the user system, it's very simple, na? Let me see here. If it is on the user system, you can go to computer management and you can change it. Huh? The user can change it, or he can also press Control Alt End, and he can change the password.
Oh, sorry. I want user in Dynamics, not.
User in Dynamics means I would like to know whether you have the Azure Active Directory or how you have set it up. Is it
Can
the
you show
on-premise
me?
or
Can
cloud?
you show me?
Huh?
Can you show me how?
Is it on-premise or cloud?
On-prem.
On-prem means actually, if you can, I can have a call with you. If you can show me that setup, na, I can tell you how you can change it easily. Because I need to know what is the domain, or whether they have the Office 365 account or not. I need to check all those details. I need to know the setup. That's what I said. If it is a cloud, directly you can change from Office 365. Whereas if it is on-prem, I want to see how the setup is. If you can show me that, I can tell you.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can see here. If you navigate down, let's see. I whether we have it or not. Oh, we don't have it here. Yeah, you can see this, or whether we have missed it. 1 second. Let us see back again. Yeah. Oh no, it's there. Sorry, I missed it in the middle. Okay, it's there. Okay. Now click on this workspace. It will open the workspace for us. You can see. This is how it looks like. Okay. Now this is the links section, related links. This is the form part, and this is the customers. The count of customers is 4. And here it will refresh the data within a minute. You can add any number of tabs, but please remember, only I have added 1 tab, but you can see how slow it is. If you add more number of tabs, it will become more and more slow. Okay. The more data you add on the workspace, the more slow it will be. Now, what about Power BI tile? Go to options and open tile catalog. One second, it is opening. D365 November 2020, and select the tile. Whatever the tile you want, you can select it. Click on OK. Done. Done. Now, if I go to right, you can see that Power BI report. Can you show this? This is how we are going to work with Workspace. Okay. Now, if you click on this, it will open the relevant form. Okay. The details master, as I said. Done. This is about the workspace, and this is all about the form patterns. Okay.
And one more thing, Kumar, the
Yep.
data entities are more, means data import export framework. Entities are more means what is the solution?
Entities are more means it depends on how you are working with entities. Okay. Entities are more or less, it's not going to impact anything. Okay. It depends on how much you are processing the data in the entities. Okay.
It means huge data means.
Huge data means it will slow down.
Okay.
Okay.
How much data it will support? Actually, the data import export framework for
It's
uploading
going to
the.
support terabytes of data. Okay. But
Okay.
let's say for every second you're trying to hit it 100 times, then obviously it will slow down.
Okay.
You need to do that in a async fashion. Okay. Because you need to know how to work with the integrations. Okay. Based on that, we will decide based on the data. If the data is less, we will go with the synchronous. It's all based on the business requirement.
Okay.
That's what I can say. Okay, based on the
What is the
business.
apps you have to use at that time, like logic apps or power apps?
Actually,
Yes, I'm asking.
one thing, there is no need of using a logic app or a power app. You can directly use the recurrence integration in Dynamics AX.
Okay.
Logic apps or power apps, they are used for a different purpose again. They are altogether different. You can use recurrence integration and you can implement the import or export using data entities. Okay.
Okay.
Next, any other questions?
Where should be the
Thanks.
option?
So
Can
recurrence
recurrency.
integration, I will show you. I will show you in the next sessions. You will see that.
Okay.
I have not explained that yet. I will explain you in the next sessions. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks all for the session. Let's meet again tomorrow same time. Thank you all. Bye.